Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me for another Jolok style Tai Chi and Qigong class. Happy New Year to you, and I hope you're ready to do a wee bit of gentle work. As always, I'd like to ask you to just do what you can comfortably on the day. Pay attention to how you're feeling here and now. Please don't go by how you felt last year or last week, but how things are today, so that you can work with your system rather than forcing it to do anything. So also, if your body feels, oh, actually this is easier today, then maybe you can try going a little bit deeper, make your movements a little bit more voluminous, see how your system wants to behave. So let's take right hand in fist, left hand straight, and tuck back the thumb. Bring the feet together, bring the hands together, and we salute. Lovely. Okay, so let's bring the arms down, and we're going to bring the feet together this time, but slightly open the toes. Now, Master Lock uses this measurement all over the place, and it's a very specific measurement. It's 23.4 degrees. Now, you don't need to get your protractor out, but pretty much everything we're working on, if there is an angle, it's at 23.4 degrees. So each foot should be turned out about 23.4 degrees. And actually, Master Lock encourages us to walk like this. So not just while we're doing Tai Chi, but when we're walking about, to have the feet ever so slightly turned out. And that might be surprising for you. Back in the days when I was training as a professional ballet dancer, I found myself walking almost in first position, which looked a bit silly really, and is not particularly healthy. But this slight turn out, Master Lock argues, is incredibly beneficial for your health. The reason being is that as we, if I simulate the foot, as we walk, we roll across the foot. We're rippling the bones and the muscles of the foot. But when we're doing that parallel, when we're doing that straight, we just kind of get a hinge action, and all the meridians are stimulated in a lump as one. Whereas if your feet are ever so slightly turned out, as you walk, if you go to the back of your room now, we can have a wee go at this. As you walk with your feet slightly turned out, just normal walking, but slightly turned out, you will feel that you're actually stimulating each of the metatarsals in the foot, each of the little knuckles of the foot in turn, that it kind of ripples through rather than just being a sort of solid lump hinging. So Master Lock argues that by doing that, by walking with a slight turnout, no more than 23.4 degrees, so barely visible, but it's there, you're actually stimulating your entire energetic system. You're stimulating all the meridians of your body, and therefore you have happier feet and a happier, more healthy, more energized body. So that's something that you can bring in to your daily routine and make a little pathway between your Tai Chi and the rest of your daily life, just by turning out your feet ever so slightly as you walk. Of course, if you're not used to doing it, you might want to do it briefly, maybe for a couple of minutes, and then go back to absolutely parallel. And like all our exercises, build up our capacity to do it so that we're not shocking our system. But you'll see this angle again and again. We'll not go on about it too much today, but the other very obvious place where you see this angle is in the head. So often in Tai Chi we talk about lengthening up through the top of the head and then bringing the chin slightly down and back. Well, that bringing the chin slightly down and back angles the head at 23.4 degrees, which Master Lock talks about as the angle that the earth sits at, like the globe that you see. If you see a globe on a little plinth or a little holder, it's at an angle. It's not absolutely straight. And our head is exactly the same. So if we lengthen up and bring the chin slightly down and back, you can feel that you have actually angled your head ever so slightly forwards. And by doing that, we're lengthening and opening the space between the vertebrae in the neck, the cervical vertebrae. So we're going to stand in Wuji, heels together, toes slightly apart, head gently angled forwards, and allow everything to calm and quiet. Find all 10 fingers and gently press them down. Good. So this is the version of Wuji with the feet together. And that angle allows the spine to sit happily and comfortably. But now we're going to go into the open stance. And the way Master Lock opens stance from Wuji is somewhat different from, say, Chen style or Yang style. It's more in-fitting with the Bagua style. So what we're going to do is we're going to release belly, hips and knees, and we're actually going to shift our weight as we step. So the whole thing happens in one go. So we release and shift. And then fix your feet so that you're parallel. Now that, if you're not used to doing it, requires practice. So let's try again. Open the toe and come in. So we start from our open stance. Toes open, heels together, release belly, hips, knees, and shift the weight. Fix the toes. So now you're parallel. One more time, just for the joy of it. I'm going to move over a wee bit. Ready? Release and shift. Good. And fix the feet. So a somewhat more direct way to get into position, and that is a very Bagua method. Bagua has a traveling center as opposed to stepping empty and then transferring weight. So we could also call this position Wuji. We're still in neutral. Let's just take a moment again to be quiet and still. Good, and let's go into our open door 5. Pause level with your waist. Checking posture. Relaxing to center. And let's give the back a little rub. Excellent. And I'm just realizing I've left the pale background behind me. So in order for contrast, let's bring out the gold. Then you can see my arms, hopefully, a little bit better. Okay. So open door 5, a really nice wee practice just to get the energy flowing, to tap in to the ever flowing, ever fruiting energy that is flowing through our bodies. Master Locke refers to it as primordial chaos. So think of your hot cup of tea. Have you ever looked into a hot cup of tea and you can see the sort of swirling eddies? It's called Brownian motion. Well, we also have that kind of Brownian motion. If we are not directing our chi, it is just kind of bubbling away in all directions. And it actually goes with every thought that we have. Where our mind goes, our energy follows. And where our energy goes, our strength follows. So our normal chaotic way of thinking, or certainly my way of thinking, is very chaotic. The energy is just bubbling away, doing its thing all over the place, along with the thoughts. So open door 5 is quite chaotic in its way. It is structured, but it's churning the energy here and there and everywhere. It's just kind of going with the flow. So it's very, very useful to just generally build up and release the energy flow that little bit more, so that everything else flows better. So really useful practice if you do nothing else in your day and you want a little bit of Tai Chi or a little bit of Qigong. Try doing your open door 5 a few times. Let us do it again. We haven't had class for a few weeks now, so it's time to get that energy flowing. Ready? We lengthen up. And relax down. Find all 10 fingers, lengthen them down. Now everything is in the preparation. We want to feel all 10 fingers evenly. Be patient in your preparation. Feel for the tingling, the energetic awakening within the fingers. And as you continue to breathe into your hands, breathe into your fingers, you'll notice that things change. You'll feel that emerging, expanding energy. And the fingers will actually start to fill with chi, to fill with life force, to the point that they start to feel like sausages. When you notice this happening, that's a good sign you're ready to go. You have engaged your energy, so now it can flow. Whereas if we just jump straight into movement, it's like trying to circulate a very little water around the pipes of your house. You want to turn the tap on and have plenty in the reservoir. So here it is, when your fingers are tingling, when they're fat with energy, we can begin. Off you go. Good. Find your equator. Check your posture. Breathe and calm. And easing into movement 2 of the 7 stars rotations in Qigong. We're going to do our little rolling the rolling pin exercise. And this is like a preparation for the turning. We want to make sure that we're engaging the whole body. So we're expanding the back as the hands come forwards. And then everything releases towards center. This is giving us a lovely little massage in the small of the back, the Mingmen. Translation is the life door. So we're helping the energy flow through an aperture that, if closed, makes it much harder for our life force to circulate. So this is a really very important little exercise to release and open the life door, the Mingmen. Good. And we turn the waist and expand. So we're doing the same practice, but now we're adding rotation, and you can feel how it is giving you lovely flowing asymmetrical stretches. But we do one side, then we do the other, so you do achieve balance. It's a bit like pedaling a bicycle. Good, let's draw an S shape, or simply change direction. Breathe through your nose if you can. Now remember, the knees must remain in line with your toes. You'll feel lovely little stretches and rotations going through the structure, but the structure is not compromised. Good. Now we bring the hands back to the center line and absorb the energy in. Float the hands up, relax those shoulders and expand. And now with palms facing in, we do the second part of movement 2. Keep breathing. Feel the energy swirl around your arms, around your back. Good. S shape to change direction. When we expand, we're expanding in all directions, not just forwards. Think of a balloon in your arms with more air. We're rolling it round, but don't be tempted to elongate the balloon. Good. Back to center, please, for movement 3. Heaven, earth, and man. So we take a deep breath. Gather as much energy from the ether. Draw in. Point to the eyebrow corners, down the face and neck, and open. Level with the collarbone. Down through the body. Inside of legs. Point around the feet. Up the back of the legs, pointing to the waist, around, cover center. Check posture, breathe and relax. And again. Each time, allow yourself to settle, let go. Last time. Check posture. Relax to center. Good, release. We do our little centering move, little earth exercise, scoop. Good, and we're going to turn our feet. I'm going to do the same as you, but maybe a little further. So we turn our feet to the southeast. I'm coming a wee bit more to the side, to the east, so that you can see. Let's do our little choo-choo train move. We start at the base of the spine and we're climbing up the rungs of the ladder of the spine. The hands guide the awareness up each level of your back with only a very gentle, soft rotation left and right in your waist. Feel into your spine. Now, if you were to be very thorough, you could do 32 rotations. That's left and right, all the way up. But as long as you're connecting at each level of your spine, it's okay to be a little bit more free. Let's take a step and flip your toes, flip your hands, come underneath your arm, along the arm. Same as mist forming pearl, but to the right. Relax down, there's your tiger. Right hand under, phoenix, stretch, turn, step left. We just do the same kidney exercise on both sides for this one. We flip the toes for the snake to the north. Turn the waist, arms wrap around, look over the shoulders, press the hands away and release. Lasso, top arm, flip the toes. Same on the other side. S shape, look over your shoulder, press the arms away and release. We come back to center. For the turtle, we sit back and down, arms forwards and up. Fill your back, chin down and back, stretch your neck. Feel the whole body engage, hands and feet in balance. Good, release. And turn again to your southeast for your movement 5, the elements. So we're going to do gold. We step right side through, roll back, float up, square up, step right, step back, foot through, block, step back and pierce, block, step back and pierce. That was your water. Now the wood, we cycle the arms and stretch, half step, cycle the arms and step, cycle, step, stretch and release. Fire, we step, block, half step and rise. Very like Jade Maiden. Slide down, step, block left, half step and rise. One more time. Step, half step. Well done. Turn to the front. Earth. Bring the left side in. Ready for the 6 harmonies. Repeat the earth move. Now we're going to swing underneath. Swing the arms up, step through and open left. Return the way you came, arms up, toes in, step back and swing. Up, step the back foot through, open right. Keep turning in that direction, step the back foot forwards for your martial flowers. Step forwards right, step forwards left, step back left, step back right, change, step left and right, and back, and back. 6 harmonies, good. Return to center, take a breath. Good, relax down and make sure that you are at the back of your space for the 7 stars rotations. Check posture. Calming down. Engage all 10 fingers. And scoop. Right hand under. Left heel out. Turn the ball. Left hand towards the center of the circle. Release right. We have 8 steps round. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn in, release. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finish. Take a breath. Find your center. Point to the floor. And we're going to close. In the same way that we opened, we come up and bring the foot in at the same time. Jolok style. Give yourself a moment to return to Wuji. Follow your breath. Notice your heart rate. Feel your body recovering, calming, returning to neutral. And when you're ready, you can do a little heel tap. Excellent. I'll fix the curtain while I'm here. Good. Well done. Okay, so nice wee set. I find open door 5 is great if you just have a few minutes. If you want to just give your system a general bit of Qigong, a little bit of love, maybe sort of gear it up to doing more advanced practices, I think the 7 stars rotations Qigong is excellent. It's a really nice set in itself. It is its own little journey of development. As you can see, each stage is that little bit more complex. It's very, very nice to go back to basics every single time. If you were doing Chen style and you wanted to do that, you could do warm up, you could do stand, You could do silk reeling, and then you could do your Laoja or your 19 or whatever you want to do. And there is your journey of development. Whereas this form actually has it all, the developmental journey is all within the one form. It's not just doing, okay, do this practice, then do that practice, then do another practice. It's all there. It's a microcosm, as are all Tai Chi exercises. But this, yeah, it's a nice one. I hope you enjoyed it. I like it. And I must say, if I'm feeling a bit poorly, but I want to do some Tai Chi practice, I might do 7 stars in rotations Qigong. Sometimes if I'm a little under the weather, I might do something like the 8 brocades, but that's quite intense compared. So this is a nice gentle way, but it does give you that kind of Tai Chi quality within the Qigong. Whereas Qigong exercises are often simple, but quite physically demanding and taxing, as opposed to Tai Chi, which is relatively taxing for the mind, but maybe gentler in a way on the body. So I think that this form that we've just done has a nice bridge between Qigong and Tai Chi. It has a sort of building block method, which is nice. Okay, so unless there's any questions, we're going to move on now to our Phoenix form. And just for a wake up to the senses and to get the ball really running, we're going to do it on both sides. So if we forget, we can close and open again, but if we can possibly remember, when you've finished your Phoenix couple return home on the second side, we open the backhand and slide it underneath and open the fist, and then we can stretch, circle, and the front foot steps forwards again. And that brings us into our first movement of the Phoenix, heaven and earth rotations for the lungs. Okay, so good luck. You don't need it, you'll be grand. Okay, let's do the whole thing, please. Ready? Can you see? Yes, all right. So again, we have this 23.4 degrees, the feet slightly turned out on each side, our head 23.4 degrees, slightly angled downwards, but a feeling that the top of the head is lengthening up. Take a few moments to calm, to listen. Are you ready? Phoenix in graceful clouds of blessing, begin. Now you may need to reposition yourself in the room. If you do it now. Ready, and scoop under, expand and step. Allow yourself a few moments to return to Wuji. Listen to your body. Feel whatever is happening here and now. And keep letting go. Well done. Little heel tap. And you can ease from your stance. Brilliant. Well done. How are you feeling? Okay. Good, good, good. Hopefully you're warming a little bit. Funny thing, even if it's relatively warm inside, if you look out and you see white everywhere, there's a kind of chill even in that. Maybe it's my imagination, but when I was practicing there, I quite often get this if I've had a little break from doing a particular set. I might remember certain corrections that I've been given as I'm doing the practice, or rather just after I've done a move, I think to myself, oh, I was meant to do, you know, this, that and the other. And that's good. I know you think, oh, I wish I had remembered that. I thought I had fixed that or whatever else. But the fact that it's even coming back to you, that is a sign that you'll be able to work on it and reclaim that. But I think it is human nature, you know, we're given a correction, maybe even in standing, we're given a correction. And then, but within a few minutes, the body has just found its way back to where it's comfortable and familiar and all the rest of it. So for every correction that we're given in Tai Chi and in life, it's important that we keep checking in with the correction, reinforce it, write it down. You know, so if there is something that you want to do, for example, for me, remembering that when we square up in that position, we want the fingertips level with the temples. I find sometimes my hand is a little lower. But actually there is a reason for every choreographic position in Tai Chi and Qigong, especially in this practice. It's a health practice. There's a reason for each and every little detail. Otherwise it wouldn't be there. So in the martial context, it's so that you can protect yourself. But actually martial and health are absolutely in sync always. Because what position makes you strongest to protect yourself is also the position, excuse me, the position that makes you strongest for health, for your energy, for your structure. So when your fingers are level with your temples in that triple burner section, it is stimulating the triple burner meridian. The triple burner meridian finishes at the temples. So if your hand is a little lower, then you're not quite getting that energetic connection. Just like every time we bring our hands down to level with the kidneys, we're stimulating the kidneys. We're level with the waist. So we're getting that stimulation, and you will feel it, hopefully. If you bring your hands, please, now to kidney level and just pump up and down and breathe. If you're tuning into it, you'll feel that there's a kind of force field, almost like a magnetic force that's engaging with you at waist level. And if you go up and down, you'll feel that you're playing with that force, and it gets stronger, and then it drops away, and it gets stronger, and it drops away. And when it gets stronger, that's you connecting with your girdle meridian and with your kidneys. So if your hands are in the right position, if they're level with your kidneys, you are feeding your energy into your kidneys. Often when I say bring your hands down level with your kidneys, I see students that are up here somewhere, they're level with their chest. Now, it's not doing them any harm, but that is directing energy into their heart and lungs. So it's the wrong position for what we're trying to do. So we want to be very careful to find that exact position if we can. I also see folks, when I say go to your waist height, and they think of the top of their trousers if they're wearing low rider trousers and they're down here. That is not connecting with your kidneys. That will direct your energy to your genitals. That will bring more energy to the reproductive area and the qua. So positioning is everything. But even if you can just remember as you do the practice, oh yes, I have to work on that. That's great. Every time you get that little mental stimulation of, oh, there was a correction there, I'll have to look at that. Brilliant, because that's the seed of getting it right. So if you're going, oh, I forgot that, oh, I need to work on that. As long as you're not beating yourself up about it, we're actually heading in the right direction. You're remembering, even if you haven't yet applied those corrections. I would consider that a good job. If you just blindly go about your practice, oh yeah, this is lovely, isn't this lovely? Oh yes, it's all lovely, great. But if there's no memory of corrections, then how can you apply them? Okay, something to bear in mind. Okay, folks, so that was very nice. We're going to leave the phoenix now and see if we can resurrect the immortals crossing the sea. Well, it wouldn't be resurrecting them, would it? They're already alive. But we're going to go through the immortals crossing the sea form and see how much of it we can remember, see if it's flowing, and again, paying attention as we go if there's any little bing moments of, oh yes, there was something I had to do with that. If not, don't worry, just flow through it, relax, enjoy. See if you can remember the movements. Okay, are we ready? Yeah. Lengthen up, please. Chin slightly down at back. Lengthening the fingers down. Calming down and listen behind. Ready? Start. Remember, just go at your own pace, do what you can comfortably. If it hurts, consider just watching or marking it through. Turning to the back, pluck the right hand, step to the side left. Turning to the left, pluck the left hand, right hand opens and follows. Pluck the right hand, feed the weight back. Fishing toad. Closing left. Return to Wuji. Very nice, everyone. Well done. A little heel tap. And release. Good stuff. Really nice. So hopefully without feeling rushed, we have got through. We did a little practice on Wuji with feet together as well as feet open. We looked at open door 5 twice. So we did it once as a standalone, and then once as part of the 7 stars in rotations Qigong, once through the Phoenix on both sides, and once through Immortals, crossing the sea. So we have actually covered all of the Master Lock practice that I have done so far. He has showed us some more Bagua, or he showed Willem and myself a little bit more Bagua. I've not been focusing on that, but maybe this year I'll make an effort to do a little bit more of the Bagua routines. So the last step in the 7 stars in rotations Qigong is the 7-star position. This position is considered 7-star. I suppose if you look at the hands, it looks a little bit like the plough, the sort of box shape with the handle. But there's a whole sequence of Bagua exercises that Master Lock has given us as a kind of addition to add on from the 7 stars. Really, it gives us a kind of pathway, transition from Qigong to Tai Chi, and then tentatively into Bagua, into circle walking. So I'll maybe, for my own growth, I'll maybe focus a little bit this year on getting a little bit more of those Bagua moves. Some of them actually you already know. For example, one of them is this position that we use in the Phoenix. So when we're doing this position, can you imagine stepping around in a circle, but directing that, what would you call it, platter shape or lotus shape towards the center of the circle as you step around? I think that's much more difficult than the 7-star exercise that we're used to. There's also the sort of lion's mouth, which I'd say actually is, in comparison, quite a bit easier. So that there's a whole plethora of arm positions and rotating arm positions, so actually moving the arms while walking around in a circle. So that's certainly something that we can dip into a little bit through the year, that we can see if we can expand our vocabulary of the Bagua walking. But if you're anything like me, you probably find that just the 7-star is really quite challenging enough, especially as a Tai Chi practitioner. Stepping into Bagua is like trying to breathe on an alien planet, but it's good for us. It's very good. So let's do a little warm down, please. I think you should be very pleased with yourself. That's a good way to start the new year. Having missed a week, because I was poorly, I think we have got off to a good start. Good. It may be a bit slippy where you are. It certainly is here. I got these, I don't know what they're called. I keep calling them crampons, but they're little things that you can clip over your shoes that have teeth on the soles, so they bite into the ice and stop you slipping. They're very, very good. I've worn them a few times and then I've lost them. So that's one thing about them, but I would certainly encourage you to get a pair of something like that, so you're not frightened of going out. There's nothing worse than that fear of falling, other than maybe falling. Let's go all the way down, please, if you can. Hands to feet and up. Just give each part a little bit of love, a little bit of attention. Remember, where the mind goes, the energy follows, and if you hit something, your mind will go there. So, over the shoulders, Good. Can we try lifting the arm and coming underneath? Yeah, so come across underneath. Lift the side that you're turning to. I know, it's very confusing, isn't it? Another good brain exercise. Once you get it, you've got it. Good. Come across and pat the armpit. Pat the armpit. Excellent. And back down. Good. And we're going to finish with our little belly dancing shimmy and 100 ailments go away. So I'm just going to turn sideways on so that you can see this. So we're just bending one leg just a little bit and straighten the other one just a little bit. Just a very gentle movement, so we can do it very slowly. If you've just had a knee replacement, I recommend you do it slowly and gently. Good, but once you've got it, then you can go a little bit quicker, keeping controlled but nice and relaxed. And in your own time, maybe over a few weeks, you can build it up to go a little bit quicker and a little bit quicker and a little bit quicker, so that it becomes a shimmy. It ripples through your whole body. But that's all it is. It's just bend one leg and straighten the other. Good. And you can imagine if you had jingle bells on a belt, you'd be jingling all over the place. Good. And relax. Well done. You can go back to soft and slow to finish. I really like that because it is a version, I think, of the 100 ailments go away, but instead of the impact going up and down, it's going forwards and back like that. It's oscillating on the horizontal. So I think I've come up with, or rather borrowed from something else, to give you a further development of 100 ailments go away. Very, very useful for the lymphatic system. Let's finish with tried and tested. Flop the wrists forwards and just a gentle bounce. You can thump the heels down if you want to help your bone density. But if you're feeling delicate, you can bounce on a gel cushion. Good. And relax your arms gently down. Ah, lovely. Let's just take a moment to stand quiet and still and listen to the effect of all that good work. And let's scoop the hands up to cover center, hug the elbows in. Breathe calm and relax into your belly. And feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today, folks. Well done. Practice, please, at your own pace, but do practice. Even if you do, just turn your feet out ever so slightly when you're walking and pay attention to how that feels. That is doing your Tai Chi homework. Well done. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next time.